last time on Dirty 20, you guys had almost made a bad situation much, much worse by insulting the sea hag who was offering you a way to spare your lives. Some magic shenanigans unfolded. You found yourself boarding a wrecked, mysterious, giant, metal-clad ship and working your way through there.
Some of us as sheep, some of us as not sheep.
Some of you blind. One of you not a sheep or blind.
I mean, aren't all the blind people sheep anyways, man?
Some spooky stuff happened. Very spooky stuff happened. But the ship has been relatively quiet as far as creatures go so far. You found yourselves in a large, seemingly recreation room towards the front of the ship and decided that that would be a good place to barricade up for the night. Anybody need to know anything else before we jump into character?
Did we get a long rest?
You were laying down for the night to have a long rest. That is where we ended. It has not happened yet.
Okay.
What we were trying to find what's his face on this island? That's
Malvin.
why we came here? Malvin?
Malvin
Okay.
was said to be on this ship.
Okay, so that's the goal of the ship, is to find Malvin or clues of Malvin.
That is your goal from the order. The sea hag wanted you to kill a former hag turned something corrupt that is, she says, is occupying the ship.
Was last episode the Wizard of Oz episode?
It
Like
was.
we made a lot of... Okay.
It was the Wizard of Oz / about 6 other movies episode.
As long as you combined lots of movies, it's not stealing anything.
It's an homage.
Yeah, exactly. It's tribute.
Eventually, we're just going to have to change our name to, like, the podcast that uses copyrighted material with abandon and doesn't give a fuck.
I feel like that might be detrimental to our court case later on.
I think we'll only get in trouble if we make money. So as long as we're poor, I mean, we can still keep making references.
It's a very long hashtag, though.
You're saying we have to turn down the Fleshlight sponsorship?
Yep.
But we're such heavy users.
The Adam and Eve sponsorship?
Extreme restraints, all of that. We have to turn it down.
Didn't they find out that, like, apparently Alton Brown makes people on his cooking show wear bondage gear?
I don't know who you are. I mean, who that is, or that he had a cooking show, or what that cooking show is.
He's the Good Eats guy.
I would watch a cooking show if they were, like, overtly wearing that. Just like, how can you bake a cake while strapped to this thing? Like, that'd be entertaining as fuck.
The laws at nudist colonies, those that serve food have to be fully clothed. So they're the only ones, like, wearing clothes while everybody else is, buck naked.
You seem to know a lot about nudist colonies, Adam.
I do. There was one in
very
Mineola. There's one quite nearby where I lived.
It was the next town over, I swear.
Yeah.
It wasn't in my backyard. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Who, if anyone, is taking first watch?
I will... Well, actually, there's no light, but I will take a vigil in the darkness.
Yeah, was there anyone who was specifically freaked out? I can't remember if it was just like, oh, that's weird, or if we were like specifically like, oh, that's spooky. There's like a thing that lives here.
Oh, I think at some point I got like an undead vibe from something.
Yeah, Chrome cast or used Divine Sense and sensed that basically the whole ship is desecrated. And as far as light goes, you did find a fireplace in this rec room, oddly enough, on this ship, and so there could be still a fire going.
It's a rec room? Is there like a foosball table?
I thought we were in the cafeteria.
No. I think I called it a common room. What I actually have written down for it is scattered broken tables and rotted gyroscopic pool table and dartboard.
Yeah, that's where you eat. Haven't you guys ever been on a discreet boat? That's where they prepare the meals.
So I will kindle... Now, I'm not even going to start like a full fire in the fireplace. I'm going to put the remains of the half-burnt torch and a few little other bits, and maybe make like a very small fire just so there's some light, and I will take the first watch.
Are you having trouble with the fire? Here, and I'll create bonfire in the fireplace.
That's gonna be a lot of smoke.
Yeah, are we supposed to be on a stealth mission? Because I feel like smoke in the chimney would kind of give our point away.
Okay.
Well, I mean...
It's gone. Does that also snuff out the fire that he had already created, and so now he has to make a new fire?
Yes.
Alright, while Chrome is taking watch...
I hop onto the pool table to sleep there.
Nestle into the felt.
I take the cue ball and I put it under my head like it's a pillow.
Chrome, give me a perception check as you sit there and look around by yourself.
Alrighty. That is a whole 11.
11. Okay. It's a very spooky atmosphere, a lot of creaking and wind howling, whatnot, but your watch passes seemingly uneventfully.
Alright. I will snuff out whatever. I probably would have to have burned 2 more torches to get through the entire watch, so I'm getting pretty low.
There is probably a fair amount of tattered cloth and old semi-rotted wood. If you'd like, you can give me a survival check to see if you can kind of improvise some more torches.
15.
15. Yeah, I'd say you were able to make 3 more usable torches.
Alrighty. Then I will poke Hecky on the table.
Yeah.
Watch. And then I will sleep underneath the pool table.
Okay.
Considering with my bulk that it's almost like back to chest is about the height of a pool table, so it's like a blanket.
It's like when your blanket's too far away to reach, so you just stick a pillow on top of yourself for the night.
Can't get up.
So lazy.
During my watch, since I'm watching, I'm going to find the highest point in the room to kind of crow's nest it.
Okay, it's probably... Well, the highest point in the room now is probably on top of some of the barricaded doors. On top of some of the barricades in front of the doors, I should say.
Can I just pile up a few chairs on top of the pool table then and get on the top of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I presume you're trying to do this quietly, so go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay. Stealth. I'm pretty stealthy. I'm a +3. 15 plus 3, 18.
Okay, you managed to fairly quietly stack all this old, shitty, rotted furniture up to give yourself a little pool table throne.
And I sit up there and watch.
Alright, give me a perception check.
Now, I'm not very perceptious. 9 plus 1, 10.
Okay. It's a very spooky ship. Spooky things happen. Some spooky noises. A couple of times you jerk around and go, "What was that?" But seemingly your shift passes oh god, uneventfully.
Is the ship shifting? And then it's just Chrome kind of adjusting the table on top of him.
Seems like this went perfectly smooth. Oh, no! Okay, we're okay again.
Do you wake Oriana up for last watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Third watch, Oriana.
Oriana, do you try to accomplish any small tasks while you're on watch?
I have a good crow's nest up there if you want to use it.
Are you sleeping under the chairs on top of the pool table?
No, now I'm sleeping under the pool table on the other side with Chrome.
Oh, okay.
Kind of curled up to his leg like a cat.
I wait until Hecky falls asleep and then go to sleep.
Okay. What are each of your passive perceptions?
Mine's 11.
11.
12.
Okay. Chrome, at some point in the night, you start to have a really intense nightmare.
Ooh.
And in this nightmare, Hecky and Oriana have revealed that they've been conspiring against you all along. And they're out to get you. And in fact, it was they who may have poisoned the well at your tribe. But before the dream resolves itself, and before your mental state solidifies around this idea, you're all awoken by a very loud, shrieking wail. And by wail, I mean W-A-I-L.
I mean, we are on a ship.
Not
so...
like,
What if it's a wailing whale? Can we make that canon?
Are we talking
well,
beluga? Are we
depending.
talking killer?
Are you saying it's a wailing whale as in it's a whale that wails, or are you saying it's a wailing whale as in a whale that wails on other whales?
It's a whale of a tail to tell you, lad.
Or is it a wailing wailing whale?
A whale of a tail or two.
Ooh, I like that. A wailing whale.
Anyways.
So it's a whale that hunts whales, but that then mourns the fact that
The
he
whales.
is
Then a whale.
slaying his own brethren.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
As you all are jerked awake towards the end of this rest, give me, I guess each of you, if you're all awakened, give me another perception check active.
9 + 1, 10.
10.
18 + 2, dirty 20.
Okay. Chrome, the others don't catch it, but as soon as you're jerked awake by this wailing noise, you kind of look around the room from under the pool table.
Well, I feel like as I woke up, I like throwing off the covers, I have scattered the pool table over and all of the crap piled atop it as I'm like whipping off the blankets.
So we hear like a whale wailing and then like a pool table being flipped over. Does it go through the rotting boards and the floor?
Well, because this pool table was at least at one point on a functional gyroscope, I'd say make a strength check to see if you actually like snap the supports and flip it over.
Okay, that's not that great of a check. That is 10.
You don't get it off of you.
You definitely knock a lot of the chairs that had been stacked up off as you tilt this thing. But instinctively, as you kind of wake up and shove on this thing, it kind of rocks and then rocks back at you. Kind of, for a second, like almost knocks the wind out of you as it comes back and hits you.
It's the worst feeling when you wake up and hit your head immediately. That's the start of your day. Welcome to the day.
That's why you never take the top bunk.
During all this commotion, you do catch a glimpse of what seems to be a ghostly figure disappearing through one of the walls.
And it looks like a whale.
It does not look like a whale.
I really want this to happen, Cole.
Just make it a whale. Just make it a whale.
This is our own imagination that we're living in.
It's like a floating small sperm whale.
What if he sees the backside of the figure and it has a whale tail? How about that? Would that work?
Or a tattoo.
When you say whale tail, do you mean an animal's whale tail, or do you mean like the thong sticking out of the top of the
I was
pants
talking
whale
about the
tail?
thong. If you're not going to make this an actual whale.
A slutty ghost.
You only catch a glimpse as it disappears through the wall, and part of the last bit that goes through the wall is her butt, and there is in fact a very sexy whale tail going on.
Yeah, I was going to ask on a scale of 1 to 20, how fine are we talking about?
I don't think I've ever heard a whale tail be called sexy.
Yeah.
That's such a foreign concept.
I don't think it is either, but he said something about it behind.
You really wanted this to happen, so I'm trying to make it happen for you.
Slutty ghost, guys.
Are you saying you really wanted it to have a whale tail, but it to be like, why are you doing that? Like, not appreciating that.
Ass crack is the new cleavage.
Oh no, it's not. I prefer man cleavage over man ass crack, I'll tell you.
So, that is the commotion which awakens you guys as at this point in the night. You probably need another hour or two before you get a full long rest. But after this commotion, the room seems to have stilled.
So, from what we know, well, if Chrome doesn't tell us, then we won't know that there was a person there. But
Slutty ghost.
there was just a loud scream.
Yep, you heard a wailing noise.
What was that wailing noise? I've been around a lot of whale, and it sounded quite a bit like a whale.
It was a ghost in a thong.
It's gone. Don't worry about it.
Chrome, can you still see the ghost?
Well, I cannot really see much of anything. The only reason I could see it was because it was a ghost.
Do ghosts exist in this universe, like as a real thing? Because otherwise I just sounded like I was talking to a toddler for no reason.
It is not super common, but it does happen.
Haunted ship.
So what are we doing? Are we going to sleep? Are we going to adventure? Are we going to get the fuck out of here? What is going on?
Hecky already fell asleep when you said go to sleep.
If the two people who have taken watches, actual watches, don't get another hour or two of sleep, then it's not going to be a long rest.
Oh, so I got a long rest?
Yeah, because you were taking last watch, so you got to sleep through both of the first two shifts.
And your own shift.
I'm going to go away from the two of them. I'm going to go curl up in the fireplace.
In the
It
fireplace?
seems safe. Well, I mean, there's no longer a fire in there.
Alright.
It seems like the sturdiest part of the room. Maybe the ghost can't go through the brick.
Okay, so after we're woken up, then I'll keep watch for the 2 hours.
Okay. After the other two have returned to their slumber, Oriana, give me a perception check.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Nice.
There's no other disturbances for the rest of your shift, but you do, kind of just looking around being bored, you do catch a glimpse of something that looks like a second leaf of paper in this room.
I walk up and read it, or take it, or get it.
Okay. You grab it. It does have more writing on it. Do you read it?
Yes.
Okay, so the new one says, "Thank the gods for this unsinkable ship. There are reasons this sea is uncharted. The storm has been raging for a week at least. Night is indistinguishable from day, so it is hard to say exactly how long. Many of the crew are beginning to believe we have sailed into the elemental plane of water. If it weren't for the howling of the wind and the flashing of the lightning, I may believe it myself."
Okay, what does the first one say?
It says, "The captain has ordered the fleet to sail into the unknown. This new advisor of the captain's gives me an uneasy feeling. Something about the way she looks at me makes me feel like a morsel of food. Her whispering in the captain's ears is upsetting the status quo. We rule these seas, and we are all becoming rich. That should be enough. But the captain has taken a liking to her advisor's suggestions to use the Hadean's might to chart the world and become the queen of all the seas. I protested, thinking my first mate position would carry some weight. All it got me was a week of half rations. Perhaps I am worrying for nothing. As long as I am by the captain's side aboard this mighty ship, what harm can come? We have a fleet full of supplies, sailors, and soldiers. We are the dominant force on this plane."
Can I look around the place for more clues about it like that?
That was, with your perception check, that was kind of you pacing around the room, and that's the only thing that you noticed.
Okay. Do I have a piece of paper, like, in my bag or something?
I don't know. Do you?
Oh, I have I think I have a Monster Hunters pack. But I have the casting tome, so could I just, like, flip to the back and then write something on the back of it? Like, on the last page? I don't know how that works.
I don't know either. It's a magical book.
There is no last page.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of think it could be a fun idea just to have it, like, rip out a piece of paper and then it somehow doesn't take any paper from it. And then you just get, like, free paper. But at the same time, I feel like I might regret doing that later.
No, yeah, let's do that. What you just said. It's a rule now.
And then we will bury the dragon with 8 million paper airplanes.
Really, all I want to do is to take a piece of paper and kind of map out the path that we took to get here, just as a reference, kind of. Would that be acceptable to the courts?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'll do until morning, I guess.
Okay. So, morning is here. Welcome to
I
morning.
protected you. Rise, fully healed, with all your spell slots. You're welcome.
Righty then.
He hasn't stopped you. Keep going.
I've tried to stop you guys. There's no point.
That's how this became a musical podcast.
That's why we can definitely never have ads on here.
Haha, my plan worked.
You guys just spoiled my whole plan for when I DM. It was going to be a required musical.
There's a podcast out there that's called like something all bards, and so it's like a whole team of bards, and so that's what they do.
It's a musical.
That sounds like it could be amazing or could be the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
I think they sing. I'm not sure. Let me look up what it's called. Oh, it's called Bombarded. Which is really funny. I really like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, shout out to Bombarded. You owe us $200.
This might get edited out.
Yeah.
Also, what is your address? We need to send you a bill.
Okay, what's the door situation in this room?
There's 2 available exits, not counting the fireplace. There is the double door that you haven't been through yet that is currently barricaded, and then there is the staircase that you came up the night before, which I think you also barricaded.
We were in a hallway, so did we come to the end of that hallway and then find this room, or is this like...
I think the hallway became the stairs.
Yeah, okay. So let us go through the big double doors and find the whale tail ponytail. Yes?
Alright, I will slowly begin taking down the barricade.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I tell them about the second note that I found. I don't read it because,
You haven't read them the first one yet, so...
I told them about the first one though, right?
Yeah, I mean, they saw you find it.
Yeah.
Did you mention the name of the ship? Because I thought the name of the ship was in that note.
It was in the first note, but she didn't read it out loud.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But, like, did you... So you haven't mentioned that?
She hasn't in character mentioned it.
Got it.
In the note that you sent me, it doesn't have it. It doesn't have the name in it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, on this ship's, like, I can't remember what it was called, but it was something like kick-ass thingies. On this ship called This Ship Kicks Ass.
The ass kicker.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the ass kicker.
Part of the first note said, but the captain has taken a liking to her advisor's suggestions to use the Hadean's might to chart the world.
There you go.
Oh, I thought the Hadeans were a type of, like, a race of people. Or like a tribe of people.
Gotcha. No, this ship seems to be named the Hadean.
Okay. I tell them that this was... do we have knowledge of the Titanic in this world?
No, you
Yes,
don't.
we do. Okay.
No, you don't.
Wow.
This is like the new Titanic, or like a really old Titanic.
Yeah, Oriana really has to work on not referencing Earthworld places, because she keeps referencing movies and ships and movies about ships.
She's a plane traveler. She's traveled through different points in time and space.
I love this.
Her patron's undying. Her patron has a lot of time on her hands. And so her patron, in her eternal life, has viewed all of Netflix.
Brought like a VCR back here. It's like, here, we're going to sit down. You're going to learn you some stuff.
That is not canon.
This is
None of
Tom
this is
Hanks. We're going to watch all of the Tom Hanks filmography right now. So pee now if you want to pee.
Anyway, I say this was supposed to be an unsinkable ship, but I think it crashed. Not uncrashable ship. So
Do I know any stories about unsinkable ships?
If she's talking about unsinkable ship, blah blah blah, with plus the other things that you've seen, as a sailor, you can make a history check. I'd say with advantage.
Okay, good, because I have a +0.
to history?
Yeah.
Heggy ain't smart.
And I got a 10 and 11.
An 11.
So, 11.
With an 11, you're like, big metal ship, unsinkable. Haven't there been like 4 different kingdoms that have said they made an unsinkable ship? I don't know. Without hearing the ship name, you can't quite nail it down.
So by now, have I finished breaking down the barricade?
Yeah.
I will throw open the double doors.
Okay. As you throw open the double doors, poised to pounce, I assume, you see in front of you another 10-foot wide hallway stretching down. Let's see, now that I drew a map, I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It stretches 60 feet, about 30 feet opposite of each other down this hallway. You see 2 more sliding doors. At the far end of this hallway, it seems to tee off in either side, in either direction. But directly opposite of you, at the opposite end of the hallway, there's another set of double doors.
I will light one of my crappy torches.
Oh yeah, it's morning. So how much light is there in here?
There's very little light. This is. I mean, there's no windows in this interior part of the ship or anything. So you can see. Chrome can see a little. Well, I guess you couldn't see all of that description with a torch. How far does a torch go? 40 feet. With dim light.
Not too far. Yeah.
So Chrome, you can with your torchlight see to the first 2 sliding doors that are opposite each other on the sides of the hallway, but you can't see the end of the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Oriana, if you're looking down the hallway, you can see. Yeah, your dark vision's at 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
So if you're standing in the doorway, then you can just see to the opposite end of the hall.
Okay. At the very end of the hall, if we go straight, there's a double door. I say we just go straight by and don't fuck with anything else on the way. Sound good?
Okay.
I will axe out offhand torch, and I will slowly press forward towards the opposite end of the hallway.
Before we do this, I should have asked this while I was like not doing shit, but since I have proficiency in Arcana, do I know anything about what would ward off ghosts and shit?
Undead is more of a religion check type of thing.
I believe I am also proficient in religion. I am.
Okay. What would ward them off?
Or what would keep them stuck to a place, or how to, if they're challenging you or, wanting to do harm to you.
Roll a religion check.
14.
Okay, so with a 14, you would know... I'll just read you this part. A ghost yearns to complete some unresolved task from its life. It might seek to avenge its own death, fulfill an oath, or relay a message to a loved one. It might not even realize it has died and continue the everyday routine of its life.
Ugh, that would be the worst, right? Like you die and then you're like, man, I gotta pay that internet bill.
Others are driven by wickedness or spite, as with a ghost that refuses to rest until every member of a certain family or organization is dead.
Hear my browser history.
I have a virus on my computer that I have to disable every 2 days. Otherwise, it will delete everything on my hard drive. So that way, if I die, hopefully 2 days is long enough that no one will search through it.
One of these days, you're gonna be hospitalized for like 3 days and then be fine, and you're gonna be really, really upset that you did that.
Like all the videos of your kids' recitals and sporting events.
All
And
gone.
then your wife is like, I know he was into bondage. Why do you have to hide it from me?
We could have explored this together.
So, this hallway is 10 feet wide, which means that only 2 people can go forward shoulder to shoulder. So, give me your order of procession.
I think it would be the same as yesterday.
So, Chrome, you take the front, and then the other 2 are going to be like shoulder to shoulder behind you. Is that what's going on?
Wedge formation.
Peggy, do you have dark vision?
Yeah, 60 feet of it. Boom.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to proceed down this hallway, right?
Yes.
You suckers!
No!
No, I joke. However, as soon as you start walking down this hallway, you make it about 10 feet, and then you see a figure full on running around one of the other branches at the far end of the hallway. Well, I guess Oriana and Heki see this at first. And go ahead and make a perception check, since dark vision's black and white and everything's chaotic and dark.
18.
Perception was like 1, so it's 13.
Okay. Heki, you definitely see the person, but in the heat of the moment, you don't recognize them. Oriana, this is Malvin running like directly at you, seeming... It's hard to judge the emotions going on the face, but he is clearly running from something.
Okay, I quickly say, Chrome, put your arms out and touch the side of the walls like you're gonna catch something.
What? And I just kind of like, I'm turning around, kind of like, I've got like the axe in one arm and the torch in the other, and I'm just kind of like full splayed anyway, as I'm like looking over the shoulder.
So are you you're facing forward, right?
My body's facing forward. I'm like looking over my shoulder to talk to you.
Okay. And I'm like, perfect, just like that.
As he gets within about 20 feet of you, he does turn and see in the torchlight the three of you, and then turns 90 degrees and runs full force, face first into the wall. And collapses.
Well, that was easy. That is Malvin, if you have not seen it yet. So pick him up and we'll go back the way we came and get our money. Easy peasy. Before you step forward to apprehend him, a ghostly figure emerges from his body. Oh, fuck. Did you fucking die?
And then looks at you again. This is a female form with a ponytail and a whale tail. And then glides through the wall in the spot where Malvin had tried to run through.
Oh, okay. So the ghost didn't look like Malvin.
The ghost did not look like Malvin.
Okay.
Huh. What's the slutty ghost doing with Malvin?
Oh, no.
I just want to make a point right here. Thongs are very comfortable. I just want to say that. Like, I just want to say they're not inherently slutty.
I feel like people who are dead should be buried in their best. Who gets buried in a thong?
I think the point is that she was not buried.
So she died while she was seducing someone.
By the way, not bare thong. Like, pants on, you can just see the top of the thong.
Yes, but
Okay.
still.
Just don't over-slutify. Don't slut-shame my ghost.
Yeah.
Chrome.
Yeah, let's be careful.
Chrome comes from a somewhat misogynistic.
That wears loincloths.
There's no body positivity in Chrome's tribe.
She's probably dead because of that thong.
Oh, Jesus.
Too tight.
Okay, I want to rush over and see if Malvin has a pulse.
Check his vitals.
Are you going past Chrome, or are you all shuffling forward?
I will shuffle forward and I will kind of throw him over the shoulder. You can check his pulse from the slumped form.
As you reach down to pick him up, you hear more commotion, and suddenly several other figures emerge at the end of the hallway from around the corner.
Web.
We're gonna have to do initiative.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, shit. My initiative is 1.
17.
4.
Jesus.
To be
guy.
fair, we're dicking around with Malvin.
And I'm all ready to web.
Looking for an excuse to web some motherfuckers. Been waiting all day.
What were the initiatives?
1.
17.
4.
And did you roll for Murray?
Nope. I think he's still a snake. But he got a 14.
Okay. So, top of the initiative is in fact Hecky.
Web.
Hecky, you see a number of figures. You being small, you can't see over them, so you can't tell exactly how many they are, but there's more than 2. And they're turning the corner of this hallway. You cast web?
Yeah, trying to get as many as I can.
Are you casting it right at the T-junction, or a little bit into the hallway where you're standing?
No, so if it's a T junction, and we're on the long part of the T, or we're on the crossing part of the T?
You're on the long part, but you're about halfway up it.
Capital T or lowercase t?
It's a capital T, but at the top of the crossbar, there is a double doors.
Okay.
Wait, have we passed the double doors yet? I mean, the doors on the side?
Yeah, you're basically standing right at the doors that are on the side.
Okay.
I want to be able to block a whole area, but I want to catch them in it as they run into it, sort of thing.
You know those videos where you put tape across the bottom of the door jamb
Yes.
and the cat comes in and face plants into the tape? Exactly like that.
Yes.
All right. Well, since you can't see past them anyways, I think the simplest way to do this is just to say that you target it on the first two.
Okay.
And they're going to be... Well, no, they're right at the junction because they, like, come around, turn to look at you guys to see what the situation is, see where Malvin was going that they were chasing. And then, like, right as they turn and see you, that's when you go, Web!
Yeah.
So, what's the radius on Web again?
20-foot area. 20-foot cube. 20-foot cube.
Okay. So, I guess it can kind of wrap around corners. So, since the hallway is 10 feet wide, this is going to be centered at the junction of the branches of the hallway, and then it's going to extend 5 feet down all three directions.
Okay, so it's blocking the directions completely, though, right? I mean, from floor to ceiling.
Yeah, because there's a ceiling for it to attach to here. So, yeah, that would cover floor to ceiling.
Okay, cool. Now I need to roll my surge. It's not a 1. And
Didn't there used to be like a really gross like energy drink called Surge?
yes.
It was not gross. It was fantastic.
It was basically a soda. It was like Mountain Dew Plus.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Plus,
was it the
plus.
green one?
Yeah.
It was like the syrup of Mountain Dew.
Oh man, I remember liking that. I shouldn't have said it was gross.
Yeah, all small children like that because it was pure energy.
It had like twice as much sugar as regular stuff.
I'm pretty sure it's illegal now.
Yeah, they don't sell it.
Well, I don't know if it was illegal or just discontinued. I know that
Yeah.
it's rebranded as Urge in other countries. Some other
Oh.
countries do still have it.
That seems inadvisable.
So if you're in the UK,
Urge, sponsor this podcast.
Get some Urge and then also mix it with pickle juice because it's delicious.
hey Urge, hit us up for a sponsorship.
If you're a listener in Australia and Urge is a thing, ship us some.
You know the shipping cost from Australia is like outrageous.
I thought you wanted some Urge, but okay, whatever.
I mean, we're worth it. I'm just saying.
Buy me a plane ticket and I'll go do it, I guess.
Okay, so I guess each of the creatures will just have to do their dex saves when their turns come for the web.
Yeah. Starts its turn.
Okay. Is that your entire turn?
Yeah, I'll just kind of position myself to a spot where I could, firebolt somebody if they turned to the corner and got out of that web.
Okay, so you guys are only 10 feet away from the edge of this web.
Okay.
So, next in the order is Murray.
All right. So Murray and I have a telepathic connection because we're so close, or because he's magically bound to me. Either way. So I would like to tell him to track the ghost that went through the door on our left. So I would like for all of his turns for him to be like tracking this thing and following it.
Okay, as a snake, Murray's not going to be able to open this door for himself.
Well, he's a snake. He can go under it, right?
It's a sliding door.
Oh.
Snake proof.
You're telling me there's not a crack in this shipwreck that he can squeeze through?
They made really good doors.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up, I was cleaning out my closet one day, found a softball, and that softball had a huge-ass rattlesnake skin on it, because it used that to, shed its skin on. And then it was gone, which is worse than finding a snake.
Murray can use his turn to make an investigation check to go up and down the wall to see if he can find a hole to slither through.
That seems cheaty, but I have no power here, so okay. Investigation, what is that?
Intelligence.
Oh, -5. Oh no.
-5? It's dumb as fuck.
Hopefully it can, hopefully it rolls a d20 really well.
I rolled a 7, so 7 minus 5 is a 2.
Okay.
It's like the snake from Robin Hood. It's that dumb.
Jeez.
Murray slithers off, going up, going up the walls, well, up, sideways, up the hallway type of thing. And 5 seconds later, you get a little ping of satisfaction in your brain as he finds a hole to slither through on the opposite side of the hall from where the ghost went.
Oh well.
Okay, so next would be some enemies. For just a second, you caught a glimpse of these things before they were layered with webs, and They seem to be small greenish humanoids with clawed hands and very grotesque pig-like faces. And let's see, it is their turn now, so I have to see if they are caught by web. What's your spell save DC, Hecky?
Ooh, it is 13.
Okay, so they have a dex of +0. So, the first creature rolls a 13 plus 0. What is your
13.
DC? 13, so that makes it. Second creature rolls 19.
Damn.
So both make it. Both of the front ones make it. But I guess with how big that web is, I might just have to go ahead and roll for all of them. So let me roll for all of these real quick. So, you see as two of these little green monster things do manage to struggle out through the front of the web. However, it does use their entire movement, so they are now 10 feet away. There's a 5-foot gap between Chrome and Malvin's body, and then the two enemies that have managed to get through the web. Let's see, they were there, so it would make sense that there would be one there, some over here, some over there, a few over there.
Holy hell.
10 over here.
And then the partridge over here in the pear tree.
Yeah. All right. Luckily for you, they are melee fighters. However, as they can't get all the way to you, and upon looking at Chrome in his heavy, shiny armor, one of them does suddenly release a cloud of disgusting green gas.
Ooh.
It reaches out to 10 feet, so it just... Wait, how does this work? Is it centered on them? Oh, 10-foot radius.
Have any of y'all seen the movie Spawn?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I think of whenever anyone's like disgusting green gas, is that like that terrible animation and this like really gross green color. So you're painting a really ugly picture right now. Just want you to say that.
My sister and I rode our bikes to the movie theater to try to watch Men in Black when it first came out, and we were super, super stoked, and we saved our money, and it was like a 2-hour drive in Texas, or ride in Texas summer that was like 100 degrees. And then when we got to the movie theater, they didn't play Men in Black, and the only thing that we could watch was Spawn. So we watched Spawn, and we like hated it because of that.
What a letdown. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That sounds like the worst day ever.
It was pretty bad. There's a reason I still remember it.
When I was 5 years old, when Men in Black came out, Adam, just
Jeez.
trying to make you feel old for a second. My mom went on a date with a guy, and he took her to see Men in Black, and when they got back to the house, I asked them what movie they went to see, and they said Men in Black, and I said, what's that about? And the guy said something along the lines of, it's about a giant alien bug, or something like that.
Mhm.
And the story goes that I went, ew, you call that a date?
Cute.
Okay, so Chrome and Malvin are enveloped in this grotesque green gas, but that doesn't matter until it's your turn. And now it is your turn, Chrome.
All right. So do I presumably have to make a con save?
Yes.
Stink save. That is 14 plus 2, 16.
All right, you managed to scrunch up your face and just power through it.
All right, I will stride up to the one that caused the stench, and I will smack at him with my axe.
Okay. If you move up 5 feet, you'll be directly in front of the stench causer. If you move up 5 feet and then over 5 feet, you will be blocking Malvin from them. Do you have a preference? Do you just move up 5 feet?
Did they need Malvin alive?
We need Malvin alive.
I will stand over Malvin to strike at him.
Okay.
Wasn't it more money if we brought him in alive?
I don't remember exactly what the priority was for him alive.
You could still hit either of the two green things from that position, so it doesn't change your ability to attack the one.
All right, I will hit the stinky one. And that's a net one.
Okay. As you stand up in this hallway, it is, for a ship, it's a respectable sized hallway. For a Goliath, you're not really used to spaces this small. And with the darkness and only the torchlight and stuff, you accidentally hit and whack your axe into the ceiling planks. And get it stuck there for a second. It'll take, it'll at least take a bonus action to wedge it out.
I will use my bonus action to wedge it back out then.
Okay.
And in my turn, standing over Malvin.
Alright. That was Chrome. Next is Oriana.
How close are these things to the door opening?
You are standing like right between the two sliding doors, and the closest one is basically 15 feet from you. There's a 10-foot gap between the two of you.
Okay, I would like to open the door on the side where the ghost left through.
Okay, you should be able to do that. Heki is in that spot, but he's an ally, so you should be able to move through his space.
You can just step over me.
You'll have to proceed past Heki to do this, so you'll have to go into the room.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, okay, let me back up. I want to attack them and then go into the room is what is happening. So, can I cast Hex on the stinky one, I guess?
Yeah, that's the one that's more directly in your line of sight.
Okay, so I'll do that and then cast Magic Missile on, you said there's 3, 10 feet away from us, right?
There's 2.
Okay, well then I'll hit the stinky one twice.
And then the other one once?
Yeah.
Okay.
So those automatically hit
1d4 plus 1.
1d4 plus 1.
Hex.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so tell me, for each missile, one at a time, who it's hitting and how much damage it does.
Okay, for the stinky guy, I have 1 plus 1 and 4 plus 1. The other missile is 2 plus 1.
So 8 damage to the first one.
And then
The first missile was 1 plus 1. And then does Hex activate each time it takes damage, or is it once per turn?
Each hit.
Okay, so the first missile did 1 plus 1 plus Hex damage, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 3. 4.
Okay. And then the second missile plus the Hex damage is what?
4 plus 1, so 5 plus 5.
So 10 more damage?
Yes.
Okay. And then the third missile hit the one without Hex.
Which is just 2 plus 1. 3.
Okay. All right, and then you step over Heki and move into the other room?
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you get into the room, you glance around and see that it seems to be a dining room or a dining hall. There are 4 long tables. It's a long rectangular room. You seem to have stepped out into the middle of it. And there are 4 long rectangular tables coming out from the opposite wall, in rows.
Okay.
Cursory glance, don't see a ghost.
So that's my whole thing.
Okay. So that was Oriana's turn. Back up to Heki. Heki, right now you are right beside the door that Oriana just went through, which means that Malvin and Chrome are both standing, Malvin's laying and Chrome is standing right in front of you. So you would only have a clear shot towards the stinky one right now.
Can I drag Melvin?
Unless there's a rule about not being able to drag something a size class larger than you, then you could grab him and drag him at half speed.
Now, this Excel sheet that I used to build my character, I think it actually did calculate what I can pull or push. 240 pounds. Push, drag, lift.
Okay, yeah, you can drag him, but you will have half movement because you're basically grappling somebody.
Okay. I would like to run up to Melvin, slide, and as I slide, shoot a firebolt at Stinky's face. And so let me resolve that. So that's ranged. 13 plus 5, 18.
That will hit.
Okay. And that is, it's been so long since I've played, that's a D10. Which is 6.
6. Alright.
And he overcomes any resistances to fire because he's a fire adept.
Indeed.
Yes. Yes. So then I will grab Melvin's leg and take him back towards the door as far as I have movement left. And I started with 25 feet.
You grab him and then drag him back into the room with Oriana? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, since Oriana had movement left anyways, I'm just going to say that she moved out of the way before this.
Yeah.
And then half of 25 feet is basically 10 feet, so I'd say you can move you can move Malvin just inside the door, and you will be one space more inside the room. So, you, Oriana, and Malvin are all now in the dining hall.
Okay, perfect.
Alright, so that brings us to Murray, who is currently in a different room,
The library.
which he is too stupid to convey what it is.
Oh, I mean, does he have dark vision? He has blind sight. Short range blind sight.
Okay. He can tell that it's a room and that there's some stuff in it.
What's blind sight?
It can be like echolocation, or it can be like sensing vibrations, I think. Well, that's more tremor sense.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference between tremor sense and blind sight?
I don't remember the exact specific differences. I know
basically, even if it's in the air, you can see it with blind sight, but if it's not
Yeah.
touching something that can
tremor
vibrate,
sense. I think it needs to be in contact with something that you're in contact with.
Okay. So like a giant spider on a big ass web has tremor sense for anything that's on the web, but a bat would have blind sight.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, like, he's a snake, so he's got a very, very low to the floor perspective in a very dark room. There's seems to be like maybe some cabinet type things, some large square type things towards the center of the room. Nothing exciting that he can tell is going on in there.
Okay. I don't know of anything that he would do that I need to roll for, so...
Do you want him to start moving back towards you, or you want him to stay, or...
Do I know that he went the wrong direction?
You can probably kind of tell where he is via telepathy.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and have him come back toward me.
What is his speed?
30 feet.
Okay. He can get just outside the door.
That works.
Okay.
Well, does he have contact with Murray? Like, is he, like, there?
Who's he?
Does Murray have contact with Malvin?
Oh. He'd be within 5 feet of him.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Okay. So, that was Murray's turn. Next up are the enemies. Not very intelligent, so they're just gonna both strike at Chrome. Stinky one first, with multi-attack. First one's only a 14.
Done it.
Then the claw attack is only an 11. So then the second enemy, bite attack, is a 16.
Doesn't hit.
Claw attack is a 19.
That'll hit.
Okay, so the claw attack does 5 slashing damage.
5 slashing damage. Alrighty.
And that was all of their turns. The cloud lasts 1 minute, or until a strong wind disperses it, so it's still going. Oh wait, I think you have to do the con save again.
I think I will at the beginning of my turn.
This is. Oh no, that was their turn. Duh. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so now it's your turn. So now make that con save.
Alrighty. Fucking shitty fuck. That's a nat 1.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Okay. You are poisoned until the start of your next turn. While poisoned in this way, you can take either an action or a bonus action, but not both, and no reactions.
Alright.
It doesn't specify... I mean, it says poisoned. I don't know if that means this all is on top of having disadvantage on attack rolls, or if that means this is instead of having...
I think it's on top of.
Okay.
So, I will disadvantageously swipe at this stinky thing. Well, they're both 4s, so that is 10.
Not quite enough.
I swipe blindly at this thing while coughing horrifically.
Alright. Is that the end of your turn?
I have no bonus action. Now that they've moved back, I'm gonna hold my ground here.
Okay. Oriana, it is your turn now. You're just inside the dining hall. Malvin's corpse his body, I almost say corpse, is laying right in front of you and like kind of almost blocking the sliding doorway. Hecky is opposite the doorway from Malvin, and then Murray is just outside of the door.
What? I know you said the 4 tables were on the other side of the room. Is there anything else over there?
No, so like they take up most of the room, but they're attached to the far wall, and then this near wall is like a walking space so that you can like go to any of the 4 tables.
Okay. So I'm going to tell Murray to protect Malvin if anyone tries to harm him. So theoretically, Murray on his turn would like coil up on Malvin somewhere.
Okay.
And then I want to talk to Hecky and say, take Malvin over to the tables. I'm going to go get Chrome. And then I run out the door and grab whatever piece of armor or clothing or whatever is attached to him that will pull him backwards.
You're going to go out the door and try to grab Chrome?
Yeah, I don't know if that will put me in the cloud that he's having to go through, but...
It will.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
But you're not starting your turn in the area, so I don't think you have to make the save. I think you can basically, like,
Hold
cover
your
your
breath.
nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, well, yeah, I guess since they're prone and stuff, you could run out and grab Chrome, and then you're going to try to drag him as far as you can back. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I know he's not on the ground or anything, so... but I don't know how that works with, like, me interacting with another PC and him not using his movement on his turn. I don't know how that works.
If he's not willingly making the movement away, then I don't think it provokes opportunity attacks. However, it will take you 5, 10, 15 feet of movement to get to Chrome, and then once you grab him, you'll be at half movement dragging him. So then you will only have basically 5 feet of movement.
Well, I'm only dragging him if he doesn't come with me, right?
Well, he can't move on your turn willingly.
Even if he didn't use any of his movement?
Yeah.
Yep. That's how movement works.
Okay.
Chrome's squaring off.
If I pull him back, will he get opportunity attacks from the other 2 guys?
Not if you pull him back.
Okay, then let's do that.
Okay.
I'll run 15 feet, grab him, pull him back, and say, we're going to hide in the dining room. Come on.
Okay, so if you do this, and if he doesn't resist it, then you'll basically be standing in Murray's space, which Murray's tiny, so I'll allow it. But you won't be able to make it back inside the dining hall this turn.
Okay.
Okay. I will move you. And then is Chrome resisting it, or is he being tugged backwards?
I will be tugged at least out of the cloud.
Okay, well, with 5 feet, you won't be out of the cloud yet.
Okay.
Is me dragging him backwards, is that considered my action? No, because Hecky just did this thing and he casted a spell.
Since Chrome's not resisting it, I'll say that it doesn't take an action this time.
Okay, so as we're backing away, I want to cast Eldritch Blast at the one who did the stink bomb.
Okay. The hexed one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a 16 plus 6 to hit.
That definitely hits.
So a d10 and a d4. A d6. That's an 8 and 1.
9 damage. Alright. As the force projectile of the Eldritch Blast kind of makes a little, ripple effect in the gas and impacts, this first enemy crumbles to the ground. And now I think, do you get to, is it bonus action moving hex? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a bonus action to move hex.
Yeah, so move it to the other guy.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to do something last time. Let me go back. I need to see if any of the others managed to break free from the web in that last turn. You had a DC 13, right?
13.
And now it is Hecky's turn. Hecky, you are inside this dining hall. Malvin's unconscious form is right in front of you on one side, on the interior side of the door, and then Oriana is standing right at the exterior side of the door. You can move through them as their allies if you want to go back out into the hallway to continue booty kicking.
Oh yeah, I had forgotten about this, and this is kind of a sidetrack, but would it be interesting to me, the gyroscopic pool table? Like, is that gyroscope, is that something like, whoa, this is really cool?
It's probably pretty rare and pretty interesting.
Okay.
To you.
Okay.
But also, Oriana seemed to want you to drag Malvin further away from the door to keep him safe.
Yeah.
As she was taking her turn, so just keep that in mind.
Should I wake him up? And I have, like, my hand over his face.
I mean, do not kill him.
I'll slap him.
Okay. You slap him.
Well, he deserved that.
He doesn't wake up.
Okay, I drag him. Actually, first I peek around the corner.
Okay, you'll have to move 5 feet up to peek around the corner.
Okay, so I'll move 5 feet up and I'll peek around the corner.
So you're kind of straddling over Malvin as you peek around the corner.
And there's the bad guy out there.
Yeah, there's one from just peeking out the door. Chrome is like directly between you, so you don't get a good angle on him. But there is still one of the enemies outside of the web, inside of the stinking cloud. Oh, actually, I guess the stinking cloud probably dissipates once that guy dies.
Well, does it go away on his death, or does it just last until the wind?
It said last. I guess it's not concentration, so yeah, it is still there. It lasts 1 minute, so.
It lingers like a powerful fart.
Yeah, I'd say the thing has, because you're so small and like you're not eye level with Chrome's center of mass, you
Right.
probably kind of peek between his legs a little bit. I'd say the thing has 3/4 cover, so if you want to attack it, it'll basically have a +5 to armor class.
Oof. Okay, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'll
Okay.
firebolt. I'm not gonna do it. That's 7 plus 5, so 13. Or 12, I mean.
Yep, not quite.
Yeah.
Actually, because you firebolted and missed, the cube of web directly behind this guy is going to catch fire.
Okay. That's fine.
Fiery webs, everything's fun.
It's not like we're on a wooden boat.
So when it comes back around to you around this, that initial cube of web will have burned away and it will spread to the adjacent webs.
Yep.
So you cast the firebolt, you missed while peeking out the door. What are you gonna do now?
I'll use the remaining, or another 5 feet to get to Malvin. So that leaves me 15 feet. So I'll move him 5 feet further inside.
All right. Brings us to Murray, who is presumably going to use his turn to coil up on top of Malvin.
Like around his arm or something, yeah.
Okay.
Well, and then he'll hold an action to see if anyone nefarious comes by that he'll bite them.
Okay.
Including ghosts.
Then it is the enemy's turns.
Because he dumb.
Okay. You can tell that there's some well, Chrome at least can tell that there's some scrambling going on inside the web.
Are there any like, ah! sounds from getting burned?
No. No one is in the fire yet. But the enemy who was already out of the web is going to advance up again. Yeah, these guys are dumb. He's just going to go up and start whacking at Chrome again. So, attack number 1 is going to be a 12.
Nope.
Attack number 2 is going to be a 4.
Also nope.
So, this guy's frustrated, but doesn't manage to do anything. You don't see any of the other ones emerge from the web yet, so that is the end of the enemy's turn for now, and that brings us to Chrome. So you are starting your turn inside the stinking cloud. The edge of the cloud is like right between you and Oriana, so you'd only have to back up 5 feet to get out of it, but for now you are inside the cloud.
So, I make a con save again?
Yeah.
To see. That is a 17.
Okay, you managed to resist it again.
Well, and now does that cancel out the old effect too, or no?
Yeah, because it only lasts until the start of its next of your next turn. So
Okay.
It ended at the beginning of your turn now.
So I did not become repoisoned.
Right.
All right, I shall smacketh at him with mine axe.
Okay.
Righty, axe smackage incoming. That is a 16 plus 6, 22.
I believe that hits.
I am going to go ahead and burn a smite. So is this thing considered a fiend or an undead, or?
It is considered a fiend.
So, I get an additional d8 of radiant damage on a smite. So, that is 10 axie slashy damage, plus 18 burning radiant damage.
Holy
28.
shit.
Okay. How are you swinging at this thing? Up, sideways?
Pretty much just straight down. Like, I presume this thing's like about like mid gut height for me, so I'm just coming straight down on it.
Yeah, you cut this one in half.
Like butter.
And then I will back up and kind of stand in the doorway.
Okay, are you going... Oriana is like right outside of the doorway right now. Are you pushing past her and going inside the hall, or are you going to kind of stand next to her outside the door?
I'll stand next to her at the door.
I will have told you that I want to get inside and close the door.
What?
Barricade.
They're still coming.
Yeah, let's kill him.
Okay, y'all can go out there. I'm going in and closing the door.
Well, it is now Oriana's turn.
Okay, so where's Hecky?
Hecky is inside the dining hall with Malvin and Murray.
Okay, so I won't close the door, but I want to go in beside Malvin, and since I saw Hecky, like, slap him and he didn't wake up, I want to cast Spare the Dying, in which one creature with 0 current health points becomes stable.
Okay, you can move inside next to Malvin where you're kind of just inside the door. Like, you'll be moving a 5 feet total, or you can kind of get up onto one of the tables on either side of Malvin.
Yeah, that second one.
Okay.
Getting on the tables. Oh, your father failed.
So that was the end of your turn, which means... Oh, damn it. I fell behind on this again. I gotta do this again because...
As a bonus action, can I not shake him after I cast it?
Well, hold on a second. I need to retroactively do something real quick. Okay, so this one... This could be getting spicy.
Spicy meatball.
I was
Could
gonna
be
say
getting
that.
Spicy indeed. Okay, so now that those have done that... Alright, so you want to use a bonus action to slap Malvin.
Or shake him or something, yeah.
No, I don't think I can do that. We can do potions as a bonus action, but because it specifically states that you have to use an action to try to wake somebody, I think we're gonna have to stick with that.
Fair.
Where does it say that?
Under some effect that we're unsure of.
Yeah, like the sleep
Oh.
spell and...
Okay. So, in Oriana's mind, if she knows that Spare the Dying can do this thing because it happened on the nymph, then it would make sense that next time around that she needs something more powerful like a spell or like a potion, right?
Well, so Spare the Dying makes them not have to roll death saves, but it doesn't raise them above 0 hit points. So they can't regain consciousness unless they are raised above 0 hit points.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're stabilized, you eventually do get 1 hit point. After a couple hours, you do stabilize at 1 hit. You're stable, then you get 1 hit point and regain consciousness after a certain amount of time.
Okay.
If you're just left alone, stabilized.
Yeah. So using Spare the Dying certainly may have helped, but it just won't wake him up right this second.
Okay.
He's not dead, he's just thoroughly knocked out. He did run full speed into a fucking wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a dumbass. Like a possessed dumbass.
All right, well, that
Stupid.
that brings us back to Hecky's turn, which means this fire is going to spread. So now that area of web has burned away. These 3 squares now become inflamed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Hecky, your turn. You are 15 feet inside this room, so you could certainly go back outside. It would take you 15 feet of movement to exit the door, and then you still have 10 feet of movement left for whatever.
Okay. I will exit the door.
Okay.
And what do I see down the hallway? How many bad guys out of the web?
If you cast sleep,
I think between the web and the cloud, it's hard to tell, but there is a mass of some number of bodies inside the front end of the web that you can see.
The front end that's on fire?
Yep.
Sweet. Can I stand out here and ready an action to shoot firebolt as somebody comes out of the web?
Yep.
Would I also be able to then, after I shot that duck, use the rest of my movement to get in? Could that all be part of my ready to action?
I think you can only ready an action, you can't ready a movement in an action. Unless your action is to move.
Okay.
Yeah. However, you do notice, because the square of web that you caught on fire before was stuck to a wall, you do notice that after it's burned away, it's kind of drying out and crispying up the wood on the wall. It's not caught flame yet, but you might want to keep an eye on that.
Okay. Good to know. Will that kill the banshee? If we just burn her house down?
The sea hag, you mean?
Yeah, the sea hag. I think that'll work. I turn around and cast firebolt at the wall. No.
You know, we don't have an exit strategy yet, right?
Mission accomplished, baby. We don't need an exit strategy.
Yeah. I'll just burn us a hole.
You can see well enough to like target something inside the web. Like you don't have to wait for them to get out of the web. You can see them. Like you could say, you could target the nearest one or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just hard to like, you can't really tell how many there are still, or like the exact positions of all of them. That's all.
Okay, I'll target the ugliest one.
Okay, I'm gonna interpret that as nearest one.
No, ugliest.
Okay.
Whichever one has more of it popping out of the web.
I'm just realizing, because the second thing that had the hex on it died, but not on Oriana's turn, and she didn't have line of sight, so I don't know what that means as far as bonus action moving the hex.
She can always move the hex as a bonus action when something is dead. It'll be a bonus action on her next turn.
Alright, good to know. So, you want to make an attack roll, Hecky?
Mm-hmm.
What spell are you using?
Firebolt.
At the ugliest one. Okay.
8.
Does not hit.
Okay, he's too ugly. He distracted me.
And the part of web that you were aiming at is already on fire, so...
Okay. I will run back inside the door.
Okay. That would bring us to Murray's turn. Do you want to just re-up his readied action?
Yeah.
Okay. So then that brings us to the enemies, and this is going to be interesting. Because now none of them are restrained by web. However, 3 of them are aflame.
2d4 fire damage.
2d4 fire damage. Environmental. First one does max damage.
Nice.
Oh, actually. Okay. Judgment call. Mainly to Pete, the other DM. Oh, hold on. I'll roll a d20. Okay, it was actually a nat 20. Doesn't matter. It was not a 1, so I'm not going to ask Oriana or Hecky. I don't know if you remember that conversation. So I've been rolling the damage for the flaming webs as environmental damage, rather than having Hecky roll them as spell damage. So does that mean that they don't bypass fire resistance?
That's interesting. I mean, it all depends on your concept of the fire.
I'm concentrating on this web that is burning.
He's concentrating on the web that's burning, and it was lit by a flame that was more potent than normal.
I'm aware that the web is on fire, so I can drop it, and the fire will just disappear.
Okay, since you produced both the flame and the fuel, I'm going to go ahead and say that it'll bypass resistance. In the future, if you start a fire on like a pile of wood or something that's already there and then it spreads, whatever spread part probably won't ignore resistances. But for this one, we will let it happen.
Okay.
Second one takes 3. Third one takes 4. Okay, so that was their starting in the fire damage. So now... Wait, when did that spread? Should these webs already be gone now?
They only burn away every turn, so I've only had 1 full turn of it on fire.
Okay, so I think, yeah, it's not spreading yet. Okay, so these guys, half movement.
Is it every one of your turns, Hecky, or every person's turn in the round?
It's once per round, so
Yeah.
if it started on his turn.
Okay.
The fire spreads on his initiative.
Okay.
So the one that you aimed at, Hecky, actually has enough movement now to get out of the flaming web and up to you and Chrome, right at the edge of the gas. And then these other 2 also have enough movement to get out of the web. All of them are going to have enough movement to get out of the burning web, so I'm just looking at where they're going to get to now. So 10, 15, 20. So only one of them can get up into melee range with you 2. And it is going to take 2 swipes at Hecky, who is standing right next to Chrome. So first attack is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit, even if you shield it up.
So that is a bite damage with 4 piercing damage from that. And then its claw attack, it rolled a 8. So it's going to miss with that.
Miss me with that shit.
But I do need you to make a concentration check for keeping the web up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were hitting me.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Your name's Hecky.
Oh,
You took 4 damage.
fuck. Okay. 7? Is it just wisdom? Or what is it? Concentration?
Yeah, which is a constitution save.
Saving throw, so I have a +5 to that, so that's a 12.
Okay, that makes it. You managed to maintain the web.
Damn, how many points did I take for?
Yep.
Okay.
And that ends the... Oh, actually, this one, 10, 20... No, it couldn't get all the way out now, so it's just going to sit still. Actually, no, these things are dumb as fuck. It's going to move up, and then now that one is going to take fire damage, which is... big ol' 2. Alright, so that was the enemy's turn. It is Chrome's turn. There is an enemy standing right in front of you that just hit Hecky, and then there is an enemy 5 feet behind him, and on the opposite side of the hall, and then there's another enemy 5 feet behind him, and on your side of the hall again. So they're kind of like staggered.
I'm gonna try to cut down the one that smacked Hecky. That is a whopping 15.
That'll hit.
15. Regular axie damage, no smite on this. That's 7 points of regular axie slashy damage.
Okay, it is definitely not feeling well. Is that your whole turn?
Yes.
Okay, brings us to Oriana. You are currently on a table, hunched over Malvin.
So I don't remember which episode it was, but Hecky bought 3 or 6 potions, and I'm not sure if we all got 1 apiece or got 2 apiece, but I know I definitely have 1.
I have 1 too.
Yeah, okay.
I have 1.
You each got 1 at the beginning of this chapter.
Yep.
Okay, so I want to use that on Malvin.
Okay, which level did I give you?
1d4 plus 2.
Okay.
So that's a 2 plus 2 is 4.
Okay, that is a bonus action or an action. If you want to use your bonus action to move Hex off of the dead guy, you'd probably need line of sight. Although actually right now you can see the one that Chrome just hit through the doorway. So if you want to use your bonus action to move Hex and then use your action to give the potion to Malvin, then that would work.
Or you could feed a potion in action attack or do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold on to Hex for now. So this will be my bonus action.
Can it like sit on a dead person? Is that
It can. It's
like,
basically she has it up in her mind. It just doesn't have a target until she retargets it.
Okay.
She is full of negative energy, and she can pick one person to bestow negative energy upon.
All right. So bonus action to heal Malvin, and then what are you going to do with your action?
Well, what happens to Malvin?
He takes a few swallows and seems to be coming to.
Okay. I guess while he's waking up, could I cast Toll the Dead? Is that a single person spell?
Single person spell. It's a
Yeah.
wisdom save. Do you have it prepped, or is it one of the amulet things?
No, I have it.
Okay.
I got it when I leveled up. So it's a wisdom save from you.
Okay. Are you aiming at the one that you can, the only one that you can see through the doorway, I presume, without
Yes. Yes.
moving? It rolled a nat 20.
Oof.
Fuck me.
Oof. So that's nothing.
Yeah. So that's it.
Yep.
All right, so not spending any movement or anything?
Nope.
Okay. Still perched on the table. That brings us back to the top of the round with Hecky, which also means
More
that
burning.
every remaining square of web is now on fire.
Are there people still in it?
There are not at this point, as this last bit of web burning away reveals what seems to be the last of the enemies in the hall. So now there are 4 living and 2 corpses.
Okay. I will... And one of them is right on top of me, right?
Yep.
Okay. So if I cast Bonfire on something, does it do damage this turn?
Yeah, as soon as you cast it, they have to make a dex save, it looks like.
Okay. I will cast Bonfire on the guy close to me.
Okay. Casting it, like, right in front of you in Chrome?
Yeah, and it's concentration, so I drop web.
Okay. And almost like as you drop the magical concentration on the web, it basically turns into, like, threads of flash cotton or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Where it just, like, all at once.
Cool.
There is still a fair amount of smoke beginning to come off of some of the walls. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
But you cast Create Bonfire on the nearest one, so it has to pass a dex save, and I used your DC, which is 13. Its dex is +0, so that is a 14.
Dang. Okay. I would like to run into the room.
Okay. Just getting as far as you can, or just inside? What are you doing?
Yeah, as far as I can into the room.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can get to the opposite wall.
Do I provoke an opportunity attack?
You will, yes.
Okay.
So that is... Oof. Another 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that is, I presume with the claw attack, which is 4 slashing damage.
All right. Once I'm firmly inside the center of the room, I turn around and ready myself. But that bonfire is still going.
Okay, that was my next question. So that brings us to Murray. Is he just re-upping his ready action again?
Yes.
Okay. And that brings us back to the enemies. All of them. And now Chrome is in the hallway alone.
With a bonfire.
Bonfire.
Okay, so let's see. The bonfire must also make the save when it moves into the space or ends its turn there. Okay, so the one that's standing in the bonfire currently. I'm also going to say with all of the flame that's been happening and drafts and stuff that gas is dissipated at this point.
It has fueled the fire.
The one that was standing in the bonfire is going to move diagonally across Chrome space, like in front of Chrome space, staying in range, but moving to block the door. So that one is currently between Chrome and the door. The next one down in the hall is going to move up to the space catty corner from Chrome. The next one in the hall is going to move up to, I guess, right on the other side of the bonfire from Chrome. Because they're stupid, but they're not stupid enough to step into fire for no reason. And then the last one is going to move up also. So Chrome, right now, looking down the hallway, there's an enemy directly to your left blocking the door. There is an enemy in front of that enemy, so diagonal from you. There is a bonfire right in front of you, and then there's 2 enemies on the opposite side of the bonfire.
All right.
So the first one is going to... Well, both of them that are in reach are just going to multi-attack at Chrome. They're not flanking. But here's 4 attacks. So bite attack for number 1 is a 9. Claw attack for number 1 is a 21.
That'll hit.
Okay, so claws are... You take 5 slashing damage.
All right.
Now bite attack for number 2 is a 14.
Doesn't hit.
Claw attack from number 2 is a 10.
Doesn't hit.
Alright. So that is the enemy's turn. The fire and the web are gone, for the most part, at least. So now it's Chrome's turn.
I thought you said there are 4 enemies.
There are 4 enemies. Only 2 of them could get up to melee range with Chrome, though.
Okay.
So there's 2 of them within melee range of you right now, Chrome.
Who's most hurt?
The one that just jumped out of the bonfire seems to be the most hurt. So he's the one blocking the door.
I will smack Bonfire Bill.
Alright.
Let's see. Oh, wait. Well, that was the damage die rather than the attack die. Oh, that's not great. That is 10.
If you're going to say a nat 1 again,
Yeah.
I was going to tell you to go get some more dice.
No, that's a 10.
10 just barely misses. As you swing, it just kind of like lumbers to the side. Almost catches it, but just not quite.
Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and I don't know if it'll go out, but I'm going to drop my torch and grab my shield as a bonus action.
Okay, I'd say dropping it onto the floor where you're standing wouldn't make it go out immediately.
All right. Come get a taste of Chrome!
Alright. Oriana, it's up to you now. There is one of these things that had been in the bonfire is standing like right at the doorway now. That's really the only one you can see.
Can I tell that Chrome is getting attacked from different places?
Between the noise and the fact that you knew that there was multiple of these, you can probably, assume that now that they've gotten all the way up to the door, they're probably kind of swarming Chrome. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a way that I could include all of them in a 10-foot radius?
Yes, but only if you include Chrome as well.
I figured that might happen, but I warned him a couple times that I wanted to shut the door, so that's on him.
If you aim like right where the bonfire is, you could hit everything.
Okay, so I want to do that. First, I want to move Hex onto the one that's in the doorway.
Okay, that is your bonus action.
Yeah, and then I want to cast Arms of Hadar, which is a strength save.
Isn't that centered on you?
I don't think so.
I think it is.
If it is, I can walk up.
Yeah, it's centered on you, so you'll have to move through enemy space, which is, I don't know, I forget if that's allowed or not.
I thought it was your
within 10 feet of you.
Yeah, it says of you.
Yeah, okay, so from where you are right now, none of them are within 10 feet. If you step up to the door, then you would be able to hit... See, that's the thing, though, is that it would have to kind of go around the walls. So...
I mean, it's coming up from the ground, so would that matter?
Potentially not. You're still not going to be able to hit all of them. And the thing is, if you do it from this room, then it's also going to hit Malvin and Murray.
Okay, is there a way that I can get, if the bonfire is in the hallway, is there a way I can get next to the wall next to the bonfire, but on the inside of the doorway? I mean, on the inside of this dining room?
The bonfire is on the opposite wall, so you couldn't get, directly across from it.
But if I got, laterally across from it, as close to it as I could, without taking an opportunity attack,
then you would be able to hit... Yeah, you'd probably still be able to hit all of them, but then you'd also be hitting Malvin and Murray.
So why can't I move through? Why can't I just move to where, close to the bonfire?
You either go into the bonfire, or you'd have to go past through an enemy space to get to the bonfire.
Does that just mean that I would get an opportunity attack?
From what I understand, you just can't move through enemy spaces.
Okay, so from your DM perspective, what is the way that I would be able to hit the most people, regardless of who else I'm hitting?
Regardless of who else you're hitting, if you position yourself next to the door, but towards the back of the ship one space, then you could hit... Assuming these things are coming out of the ground, and walls don't matter, although I don't know how I feel about that. We can talk about that later. Then you could hit everybody, all 4 enemies, plus Chrome, plus Murray, plus Malvin.
Alright, I'm just gonna do it, because it sounds cool.
Okay.
So I'll roll Murray's save.
Strength save.
Which he's gonna go away, for sure.
Strength save. Alright, I'll go ahead and do the enemies first, I guess.
Okay, you're against a 14 spell save.
Okay, good to know. So, the enemy in the doorway rolled a 19 plus 0. The other enemy within melee range of Chrome rolled a 9. The next enemy rolled a 11. The fourth enemy rolled a 4. So the one in the doorway saves, the other 3 do not.
Of course, the one that has the hex. So Murray rolled a 15. So he doesn't, but I still need Malvin and Chrome to roll.
Chrome's strength save is a 10, so that's a fail.
And Malvin's... You gotta be fucking kidding me.
The nat 20 or nat 1?
So fucking lucky. He rolled a nat 20.
Haha! Alright, so.
2d6. Actually, 3d6.
Yeah, 3d6. And then I think if you fail, you still take half damage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, so then you may have already still fucked over Malvin.
Oh, man.
Knocked him straight back out.
Okay, here's 3d6. 4, 5, and 2, so 11.
I'm going to try... Or actually, oh, crap. So it says that I would be unable to react. Could I react to this spell, or would that spell have already taken place and I can't react to it?
I would think you wouldn't be able to react to it if you get hit, right?
Yeah, I think that is the case.
God damn.
Because it's the effect that's hitting you. Let's see. Okay, so Hex guy took, what was it, 11?
11 plus another d6 for Hex.
Yeah, rolled the Hex.
Oh, yeah. 1.
All right, Hex guy's dead.
Woohoo!
Huzzah.
So each of the other 3 take 11. Oh, wait, no, because he had saved it, so he didn't take the full 11. He took half of that, which was...
Is it more than 2? Because if it is, then Murray poofs.
Murray poof.
Yeah, it's going to be 5.
That was a
5
joke,
damage.
but-
So the hexed guy, it was 1 hex damage, so 6, so he's actually still up.
Well, womp womp.
Definitely near death, though. Okay, so then these other 3 all take full 11 damage, so...
And then do I have any movement left?
Yeah, you have half your movement left.
Okay, how much... Or is, what's his face? Malvin? How much did he took 5, right?
He did take 5. He had healed... How much did you heal him for? 2?
2 plus 1, I think.
3? Okay, so he is unconscious again.
Okay, so I'll move back over towards him.
Alright, are you just moving back to the same spot that you were before on the
Yeah.
table?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Alright, actually, if you move back to that spot, then the guy in the doorway is going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
Do it.
Okay.
Oof.
So that is, with the claws, going to be a 15 to hit.
That hits.
So claw damage is 7 damage. 7 slashing damage.
Alright, and I want to use my reaction of Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
Oh, it must be so nice to have a reaction.
It's 1 turn. I think you'll be okay.
If I had been able to use my reaction, I could have not taken damage from that.
What is it? You have to do a Constitution save.
It's a deck save.
Oh, deck save, yeah.
That is a 19.
Okay, so you take half.
Half of 3d10 regular fire.
So you do 3d10 fire damage, half because he succeeded, and then another half because he's resistant. So he'll take a quarter of this damage.
He's resistant to necrotic?
To fire.
To fire?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Except for Hecky's fire.
Okay,
Heck yeah, special.
so 8, 5, and 7 is 20. So a quarter of that is 5.
Even with quarter damage, he is dead.
Yeah.
Finally.
So that is Oriana's turn. That brings us back up to the top with Hecky. Right now you are as far opposite of the door inside the dining hall as you can be, and the only thing you can see through there is a dead body and Chrome.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna run out, I guess. So I'll just ready a firebolt to see if any pig face shows up.
Alright, are you holding concentration on bonfire?
Oh no, I dropped that.
Alright. So what are you readying?
Firebolt.
Okay, then that brings us back to the enemies. And now that that has happened, all 3 of these, the bonfire is gone, and that guy is dead, so they're all 3 going to move up. And they're not going to get flanking anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter if they do this all at once. There's another enemy that has now taken the doorway position. If you're thinking, like, on a grid, Chrome, you have enemies on 3, like, adjacent squares around you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so their attacks, without advantage, 3 multi-attacks at Chrome. Okay. First one, bite attack, is a 21.
That'll hit.
Now that you have the shield, okay, that's a 19, so the bite attack is a d6. And that is 6 damage.
And I can't react to it.
Claw attack from the first one is a nat 20.
Oh, jeez.
You are wearing adamantine armor, though, so no crit. But you do take 4 more damage.
Alrighty.
Second enemy, bite attack is... You gotta be fucking kidding me!
Another crit.
Another nat 20.
Holy cow.
Again, no crit.
Yeah, Chrome, you can't get rid of this armor because it just means that everyone crits on you.
Oh, somebody else may be using this armor pretty soon. I'm unconscious.
Okay. And that was its bite attack, so it still has its claw attack. Yeah, okay. So now, the two of them that have not finished their attacks are going to move past you and past their other enemy into the room.
Which triggers my... what you call it?
Oh, the second one was standing in the door, I think. That one would have...
I wasn't sure if you readied it for when they were visible or for when they came into the room.
As soon as I saw one.
Okay, let me backtrack a little bit then. Go ahead and do your firebolt.
Hopefully I'll kill the one that was gonna... 15.
15, yes, that hits.
Nice. And this is gonna kill the guy that otherwise would have knocked down Chrome. Watch this. With, a 10.
A 10, okay.
He's still probably alive.
That does, in fact, kill the one that was in the doorway. Now there are two corpses piled into that same spot.
Which of those hits would not have happened?
Both of the first two hits would not have happened.
So let's see. So I was at 13.
So far, from the last turn, you should have only taken 4 damage.
Okay. I'm at 9 then.
Okay, so now that you're up, those other two would not have rushed into the room yet. So the last one is also going to make its multi-attacks on you. So bite attack is a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Okay, bite is 3 damage.
All right.
And its claw attack is a 14.
That does not hit.
Alright, so Chrome is still standing. There are 2 enemies left, both of them within melee range of you. That was their turn. So Chrome, it is your turn now.
All right.
You now have reactions.
I now have reactions again. I'm going to bonus action turn the tide. So anybody who's allied and can hear me and is within 30 feet and is below half HP is going to regain some hit points. Who is below half and not deaf and close?
Not I.
Not me.
And unconscious people are deaf. So this is me doing this for me because I'll be hurting bad.
Because you're worth it.
So I get 1d6 plus 2. So that's 4 plus 2. I get 6 hit points back. So I'm at 12. And that's my bonus action. And that was my channel divinity. Turn the tide. And then as an action, I'm going to try to smack at one of the healthy dudes. Whoever's healthy looking.
They look very similar in health.
Whoever's the healthiest looking and closest to the door.
Okay.
Alrighty. That is 18.
18 definitely hits.
Dang.
And I will smote them. So that is 1d8 axie slashy damage. That is 11 axie slashy damage. Plus, since they're fiends, 9 radiant. 20 total.
Yeah. One closest to the door is dead. There is now 1 remaining among the 5 other corpses in this hallway. So, that's the end of your turn?
Yup.
Alright, Oriana, it is your turn, and from your position, you do have line of sight on the last enemy, because it's in the same position that the bonfire was in before.
Okay. So I'll move my hex as a bonus action, and then just cast Eldritch Blast and try to hit him.
Okay.
So that's a 19 plus 6.
That definitely hits.
And 8 damage. Plus 4 damage. So 12.
With that, the last of these things falls.
Okay. Once he falls down and is like, ugh, or whatever, I look to Heki and I say, throw me your health potion.
Okay. And I chunk it.
Well, okay, I didn't really mean throw.
Dex check.
Yes. That's a 3.
Oh, no.
What's Dex? Oh, Dex save?
Dex check. Oh, you can do a dex save, I guess.
Well, it's the same either way. It's 5.
Okay.
Can I,
Let's see.
accurately throw it with a dex check?
It does slip out of Oriana's hand and drop onto the table, but it is intact.
Okay.
Potion bottles are meant to take some abuse.
And then I give it to Malvin again.
Okay.
Dang it.
That's 3 plus 1.
Why
4.
are we trying so hard to bring him up. Let's just tie him up and take him home.
Does he wake up again?
Yeah, he is awake again. I mean, still looking rough, but awake.
Okay. Do you know how to get out of here? Like, now? I want to clarify that these are like corporeal people, right? Or is corporeal non-people or people?
Corporeal means they have a physical form.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
Corpus meaning body.
Oh.
What does that say about Corpus Christi?
It's the body of Christ.
Body of Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Obviously, I know Latin. What about habeas corpus?
It means you have the body. It means you have to bring the person to court.
Hey, Pete, why do you know so much about corpses?
No, I
Do
know
you
about
fuck 'em?
Latin and the law. Because my father's a lawyer and I had to take Latin in high school.
You sound so fancy.
Yeah. Pete Jung Esquire.